The game will begin. Leonida Keys is a long tropical archipelago located south of Vice City, stretching west along the swamps. There's also another separate town here, mostly made up of private houses and docks. And this is exactly where Jason lives. Thanks to the abundance of aerial footage, we can estimate the size of this part of the map very accurately. First of all, I calculated how far this town is from Vice City. It turned out to be 6 kilometers. The island where the town is located is about 2 kilometers long. But that's not the end of Leonida Keys. We know for sure that beyond it there is another island with the TARS airship and then at least one more bridge and several more islands. What exactly is there is still unknown. But from the footage, we can already say that the archipelago stretches for at least 7 kilometers. Based on current calculations, we now know that from the westernmost point of Leonida Keys to the beach of Vice City is about 11 kilometers, and it's about the same distance from the southernmost part of the future GTA 6 map to the top of Vice City. For comparison, the width of the entire GTA 5 map at its widest point is only 7 kilometers. We finally figured out the southern part of the map, and this is where things get really complicated. If before we could easily determine distances from screenshots by simply finding identical objects with the next 3 regions, that's not going to work. There's very little information about them, and in the footage, Vice City isn't visible anywhere, so there's nothing to use as a reference point. Well, let's challenge ourselves and try to find another approach. Let's start with the Gellhorn port. What do we know about it? There's a large cargo port here, and the city itself isn't in the best shape. High crime rates, economic problems, drug trafficking, closed amusement parks, and empty shopping malls. It used to be a tourist destination, but now it's all cheap motels, strip clubs, and decay. There's a poster on the strip club hinting that GTA 6 will feature male strippers, but that's not what we're talking about right now. In this screenshot, we see a sunset, which means, based on Florida's geography, the city is located on the west coast. I looked through all the cities on the west coast, and only one fits all the descriptions. It's Panama City. There's just one nuance. Panama City is located in the north of Florida, quite far from Miami. That's why Rockstar most likely took the atmosphere from there, combined several cities into one, and placed the port of Gellhorn further south, where Tampa is located in real Florida, since you can spot a section of a bridge that almost completely replicates the famous Sunshine Skyway Bridge, which is right next to Tampa. But here, one big problem arises. It's impossible to determine the size of this region. We have only one decent screenshot, and even that only shows the port area and factories in the background. And in this frame, there's a mention of some Draper Island. And it's not clear at all where it's located. But if we rely only on this screenshot, it turns out that along the shore, it stretches for about 3 kilometers, and it's about 1.5 kilometers wide. But at the same time, we can see there's a large bay, a river, an industrial area, a bridge, and it's absolutely unclear how much more is outside the frame. But in this,